Today I'm joining Trudy Harrison, the Conservatives candidate to be MP of Copeland. Today we're going to talk politics, policies and why Trudy wants to be Copeland's next MP. Thank you for having me here today, Trudy.
Thank you.
So Trudy, let's go right back to the beginning and talk about when you first got into politics.
Well, my first involvement really with local politics, I would say, was getting involved to save our surgery in Bootle. There was an issue with pharmacies at the time. This is going back over 10 years. And then more so when my village school, the school where my 4 daughters attended, was threatened with closure. So initially, this is going back to 2006, I joined the PTA. My 4 daughters, Gabrielle, Savannah, Francesca and Rosemary, all were attending or about to attend Captain Shaw's school. And I learned that the school needed a lot more money. So I then joined the governors and I learned that the school needed a lot more children. So I joined the parish council and I actually learned that the village was in decline. So at that point, we're going, 4 years, I was successful in an interview and became the regeneration officer for Copeland Borough Council. So that was my introduction. I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to make things happen. I wanted to leave a legacy that would secure a better future for my children and their generations. And I'm pleased to say that we have transformed that school. It's been a fantastic community effort. We're now the fastest growing school in Cumbria and we've attracted over £4 million of investment into our tiny village. And we're part of a £20 million programme.
So you've spoken about, your local involvement, how it grew, but do you recall the moment you decided to join the Conservative Party? So what really drew you to it?
Yeah, I've always been a Conservative. I was brought up that way. I was brought up with very strong family values, that communities first, that we are in control of our own destiny, and entrepreneurship and innovation, creators of wealth to ensure that we have services and infrastructure. That's always been part of who I am. But I have held politically sensitive roles in the past. And it was really when I watched Theresa May's speech in the party conference last year, I just thought, that's me, that's who I am, that's what I want to stand for, and that's what I want for my community.
So when Jamie Reid resigned as MP, what made you want to put yourself forward for MP candidacy of your party then?
Well, I want to make a difference. I want to make things happen. I want to improve the area where I've lived all of my life. For 40 years I've lived in this area and I've got 4 teenage daughters. So every day I wake up and I want to fight for a better life for them and their generation. And that was part of the motivation. But also in light of the issue with our hospital, that's where my journey began. I was born at that hospital, my 4 daughters were born at that hospital. We need a strong, confident voice in Parliament, and I think that an MP in power who has the ear of Theresa May and the government will be most effective at making things happen and getting that improvement.
When Jamie Reid was MP, he said his focus for the constituency was NHS, nuclear and education. I would really like to know your position on each 3 of these issues.
Okay, well, NHS, our healthcare is essential, of paramount importance clearly, and that would also remain a key focus for me and my team as MP. On education, with 4 teenage daughters, clearly that's a key interest of mine. And also I'm Chair of Governors at Captain Shaw's School. I've been a school governor for over 10 years, so I've got a real interest in education, and I very much agree with this government's plans that every child should go to a good school, of course. That's the bedrock, education, for our future generations. Nuclear, that's our backbone, and I think we should be extremely proud of the world-class skills that we've got at Sellafield. It's world first, it's going to be Europe's biggest new build, and we've just got such specific skills that we should be shouting from the rooftops. We should be orientating ourselves towards that area of nuclear excellence. But my 6-point plan will cover off those 3 topics: for sure. And obviously health is a prime concern at the moment.
You mentioned how the NHS is so important in our community.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your position on the campaign for the West Cumberland Hospital?
As I said, that was one of the deciding factors for me. I want to make a difference. I want to make improvements to the area. I was born at that hospital. I need those services just as much as everybody else does in West Cumbria. They are of paramount importance. So hear me loud and clear on that one. And I think an MP in power will have the best chance of getting the results we need for West Cumberland Hospital. It's not just about money. It's about attracting the nurses and doctors in the health sector, but also right across the area. And I would truly commend those involved with the campaign for raising awareness. We need a plan. And it can't just be a single issue, because West Cumberland Hospital is not just a single issue. There are many factors. And I'd really want to understand how on earth our hospital has got into this situation. So, as an MP, I would be looking for a thorough review of services at West Cumberland Hospital, the management and everything that goes with it. A root and branch investigation into why we're in this situation. But I also think there's a symbiotic relationship with the nuclear industry, because if we're going to attract highly skilled workers into our area, we need those jobs, we need the improved infrastructure, and we need the associated services. We need better housing. It's a whole package. That's what my 6-point plan will do. I'm not fighting this campaign on a single issue. I'm fighting for improvements across the whole constituency in a broad, holistic, range of things that we are so desperate for. We've been ignored and forgotten for far too long.
You've mentioned a 6-point plan now. Are these the issues you're going to be facing if you become MP? Could you speak more about that, please?
Yes, certainly. The issues in the plan have been developed through the last 10 years of me working in this constituency. We all want the same thing. And also from consultation during the campaign. So first and foremost, I'm going to make a success of Moorside by working with Newgen, the government and the partners to get the best deal in the nuclear industry for our area. And that will also support essential services, sustain and also improve our services like health and education. It will improve the A595, which was detrunked during a previous Labour administration, and it's essential that we get that road retrunked. If we're going to get, the dualling in parts, from Carlisle down to Barrow, the road is not fit for purpose. We must have the improved infrastructure before we welcome the 21,000 jobs at Moorside. And I will also look forward to rolling out high-speed internet across the whole constituency, particularly in the rural areas, because that's essential for those areas to thrive in this economy. And really importantly, it's about securing more apprenticeships and training opportunities for young people so that they can take advantage of the 21,000 jobs in the nuclear industry, but also in the health sector and the tourism sector. We're about to find out whether we've been successful in the Lake District National Park on a UNESCO World Heritage bid. That will be the first national park in the world to secure that kind of recognition. So we've got world-class leading skills, and we've got an internationally celebrated landscape. We've got every reason to be optimistic. So my plan would make the best of this area, really promote it for what it should be. And finally, it's about making a success of Brexit. 62% of this constituency voted to leave. I voted to leave. And I think we've got a unique opportunity to export our knowledge and our products from the nuclear industry across the globe and really become that area of nuclear excellence.
So you mentioned Brexit at the end of the 6-point plan, and you said Copeland officially voted Brexit, they voted to leave. How would you intend to represent your constituency on the Brexit front if you became MP?
Okay, so this is a really crucial time for us. We're about to embark on a 2-year consultation process. When I say we, that's obviously the government. So it will be my role as MP, if I'm elected, to make sure that we get the right trade deals. That's really, really important. The people of this constituency have already said they want control of their own borders, that they want control of, laws. I used to serve on Fells and Dales Executive Board, and I was frustrated at the bureaucracy that was involved with securing EU grants. Anybody that's been involved with EU procurement will understand this. So, reducing that kind of bureaucracy, being in control of our own destiny, but working with the businesses. So I'd be starting a business forum, not just in the nuclear sector, but across the whole constituency, so that I've got a strong and confident voice that represents our, business interests in Parliament.
Along with the Moorside project, we've also got the West Cumbria mining and the National Grid issues, which are big upcoming projects in the area. What's your position on these?
I fully support them, but I think we must have the infrastructure. Of course, these are unprecedented opportunities for this area. And when Jamie Reid resigned, my initial thought was, who on earth is going to do this job at such a crucial time for our constituency? We need to make sure that we get the improvements, that we get the infrastructure, and that we make the most of these opportunities to really create that transformational legacy for the future generations. This is a once in a lifetime. In fact, it is an unprecedented opportunity.
So how would voting for you differ from voting for other parties, and how would this benefit our constituency?
I am a local person. I've got 40 years knowledge and understanding of the people, the place, the issues surrounding poverty and the opportunities for shared prosperity. So I was brought up in Seascale initially, moved to Whitehaven with my husband, a welder at Sellafield, and then I've lived down in Bootle for the last 15 years. I think the difference with me, I can hit the ground running. I've worked for the council, I understand the issues, but most importantly, I would be an MP in power with the ear of Theresa May and the government, able to work, this is a short term, just over 3 years, able to work fast and effectively to make the difference for our area.
Copeland has retained a Labour seat since the 1930s, it's been said, so why should Copeland change now?
This is very true, since 1935, so we've had 82 years of Labour MPs. I think it is time for change. There is much work to be done. This is an unprecedented time for us. Much investment needs to be made to secure the future. That's why I'm fighting for MP, because I truly believe that I can make that difference. My track record is in making a difference, and I look forward to continuing that throughout the whole constituency.
How confident are you in yourself and in your party that Copeland will have a Conservative MP in the next by-election?
I'm confident that my plan and my priorities are what Copeland needs. And I'm also confident when speaking with people that that's what they want to hear. But I'm not complacent. This will be a huge victory for the Conservative Party after 82 years of Labour rule. But I think this community is ready for change, and I think a local MP, an MP in power, and let's face it, a woman is the best person to make those changes.
And lastly, Trudy, most importantly of course, if you became MP of Copeland, would you carry on and write the MP's column for Egremont Today monthly?
I certainly will. I went to school in Egremont. I went to Wyndham Comprehensive, so I'd be absolutely delighted to contribute to Egremont Today, and I'll probably entertain my old school friends when they receive it through the door or online.
Thank you very much, Trudy.
Thank you.